If you are creating an Amazon removal order from FBA, um, understand that the Amazon's API does not differentiate between a standard customer order and a removal order. So the way that we do this is if you go to your orders tab, your orders page, and the customer orders dashboard, and then the possible removal orders tab here or dashboard. What we've done is we've created a couple of filters. So this one's an arbitrary greater than 25, but it's multi-channel fulfillment is the sales channel, as you can see here. And then of course it's fulfilled by Amazon. And then we just put disabled equals no because you are able to disable these orders from your forecast, which I'll explain in a second. So these are enabled orders. And again, our system cannot differentiate between these and real customer orders. Now, this is important to know because if you're on your forecast page and you notice that your forecast seems inflated, it might be because you have a removal order for that product. So for example, let's say on this product here, so let's say this product here, normally, this is totally normal, but let's say back here somewhere there was a removal order and there was, 50 or 60 units or 100 units removed from Amazon. Amazon's going to tell us that that was a sale, and that will actually inflate your velocity numbers. So we want to disable those customer orders. Those removal orders. So that's what this page is for. So you can simply come in here. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could add a time frame in there, such as date purchased within the past, 7 days or 30 days or something like that. And that way you're not looking all the way back in time. So what you'd want to do is come in here and check the ones or check all and simply come up here and disable customer orders. Now, you have to decide if these are actual removal orders or were these actual multi-channel fulfillment sales. So for example, a multi-channel fulfillment sale would be like, you have a Shopify website or a WooCommerce store, and somebody went on your site and bought 70 units, it would be recorded the same way. So you have to investigate and decide for yourself, is this an actual removal order? We cannot make that call for you. But after we disable these orders, we can click on this button here and it'll disable them. So it will no longer affect your forecast. Now, how do you actually track this in your SoStocked account? I've had a couple of people ask me today, hey, I removed these orders from Amazon and then I send this inventory back to a 3PL or a prep center where they go through and they fix it up and they actually restock it into Amazon again. And we've never really had a system for that. So I kind of created one and I want to walk you through what I'm going to do. So after I've disabled these, they will disappear. So what I'd want to do is probably just, if I did one at a time, let's say, I could take one or two of these numbers and I'm going to copy the order ID. The next thing that we have to do to get this set up is we actually want to create a vendor. And I've already done this for the sake of saving time in the video. But create a vendor and call it something like Amazon Removal Orders. So you just go up here and you create a new vendor, and we're going to tag this one as a supplier. Now, this isn't actually a supplier. This is just for the sake of creating a purchase order to track this inventory from Amazon and actually have it go into a 3PL that we can track that inventory. So I'm creating a supplier, Amazon Removal Orders. Obviously, you got to fill out some contact info here. You have to assign it a currency. Anything that's marked with a red asterisk is a required field. Same as primary contact. And before I do this, I actually went in and I created a lead time. I'm sure there's other videos on how to create a lead time, but very simply, I titled this lead time Amazon Removal Orders to 3PL. So it's just going to be ground freight and then go right to a 3PL. And I can choose which one that is. Maybe this is a warehouse, maybe it's a prep center that packages it together. In this case, Amazon Logistics is an FBA prep center and also 3PL, where they can clean up inventory, repackage it if it's salvageable, and send it back into Amazon. So that is my lead time. So those 2 points are very important. The next thing I need to do is I need to actually assign all products to this new quote unquote supplier. So I've only got 48 records in here, so I would set this for 50. If you have like 1,000, you'd probably have to do it several times, or you could do this in the bulk import export by going here and going to bulk import export and following that. There's another video on that, but if you click in here and watch the video, that kind of explains how to do bulk import exports. We're just going to go ahead and do this from our inventory page. So since I have all of my records on one page, it's really easy. I'm just going to check this box here to select all, go to bulk actions, and I'm going to assign to a supplier, and I will choose the supplier, Amazon removal orders, and submit. Now that'll take a couple of minutes to assign to all of your products. And now you have the ability to create purchase orders, although it's not really a purchase. We have to use the PO because the inventory has to come from somewhere. And since we don't record we don't have access to pull inventory out of Amazon, the only way to do it in our system is to create a purchase order. So now let's actually walk you through how to do that, okay? So what I'd do is I would take one of these products, let's say this was the, going back to the customer orders, let's say it was for this product here, which is this product here. So I'd come here and I would just go new PO, and I'm gonna actually create a purchase order for this product going from my fake supplier, which is Amazon removal orders, and I'm going to name this PO with the same order number as my removal order. And I'll probably call it removal order just because that makes it easier to remember. And then dash or something like that, okay? So that keeps it real straightforward. I would just choose today's date. This is how many units. This is actually not how many units. This is a suggested order amount that's coming from the forecast page. So I'd want to make sure that I copy this number here, whatever that removal order number is. So in this case, it's 27 units, okay? And I'm going to choose not the default lead time for this product, but I'm going to make sure that I choose the correct lead time that is the default lead time for the supplier. So it should automatically fill in there, but just make sure. Obviously, this is automatically tracked. And basically what the lead time is going to do is put that inventory from Amazon into your prep center or your warehouse, as we talked about on the lead time earlier. Excuse me. So I'm not going to worry about any pricing or any payments or anything like that because I'm not really buying this inventory. This is just for tracking purposes. As with any purchase order that goes to a 3PL or a prep center, it's going to automatically create the receiving work order. A work order is just instructions to a warehouse or prep center. What do they do with that inventory? So this is saying the following will arrive: 27 units of this product. You need to stock it in the inventory. You could give them further instructions here or type out, hey, check through this inventory and make sure it's good. If it's bad, throw it away. If it's good, repackage it, relabel it, and send it back to Amazon, whatever. But anyway, just to keep it simple, right? Save and preview, and then go ahead and submit that order. And as always, when you submit an order, you can either email it to your supplier, or you can just come down here and click done. Now, in this case, again, this is not a real supplier, and I'm not going to email this to Amazon because I've created a removal order in Amazon, which is essentially their purchase order, right? This is just for internal tracking purposes. So now when I come back to my order tracker, I can see in production, here we go, en route, I've got this 27 units en route to Amazing Logistics, and it'll follow that lead time, and then it'll check into Amazing Logistics and show up here. And then my Amazing Logistics inventory for that product will increase by 27 units on that selected date based on the lead time. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to look at update warehouse, well, not update warehouse inventory, but just to show you. So Amazing Logistics here is at 0, but on that selected date, this is going to automatically increase by 27 units. So that's kind of the system that I've created for tracking and handling your removal orders in Amazon.